got a call. We were in Mumbai. The owner of a rundown hostel, Rebecca, and her daughter Vanessa had been killed. They had also found the body of a young man. He was one of Vanessa's work colleagues. We went to the hostel. Now this hostel had a bit of a bad name. A few years back, it had to shut down for a bit because of a drug racket. One of my colleagues told me about one boy who was caught in the first drug racket in the hostel, and he had finished serving time, 7 years in prison, and he had been released 2 days back. This boy called Javed. We had to find Javed. We looked for Javed all night. Very late at night, almost early morning, we found him in a bar, one of those rundown bars. He was sitting, he was sloshed. I sat next to him, I asked him how he was, I told him I was a cop. I told him what had happened, like he didn't know. I asked him if he knew anything about it. He said he wouldn't, he's just out of jail 2 days back, he hates them, he doesn't want to associate with them. We had found a key. The key belonged to the room that Javed was staying in when he was arrested, 7 years ago. While Javed must have gone there and in the chaos he must have dropped the key. Javed didn't have an option. He accepted. He accepted to all 3 of the murders. 7.5 years ago, Javed was fresh in Mumbai. He started staying in that hostel. He immediately fell in love with Vanessa. He didn't know that Vanessa and her mother were part of a drug racket. They were supplying and peddling drugs. Cocaine mostly. Javed was so madly in love with Vanessa that he used to run these small errands for her. Leave my parcel there, leave that parcel here. He didn't know what it was. He was too new to this culture. One day while running one of her errands, he was caught. In a curfew, in a checking. He didn't know what was in that packet. He was caught with a lot of cocaine. He was taken in. That's when he found out Vanessa and her mother were part of this racket. Vanessa came to visit him. She said she was sorry. She said she'd help him, she'd tell the cops that she was involved. She did this whole drama and he said, no, I love you, I'll do this, I'll go to jail. I'll tell them that I did this, it's all mine. She smiled and she said, all right. Javed went to jail for Vanessa. When Javed was finally released after 7 years of rigorous imprisonment for his love, he went straight to Vanessa. He was happy, he was charged, it was the best day of his life. He rang her bell, but a man opened. He was a bit taken aback by the sight of a man. He asked Vanessa who he was. She said he was her boyfriend, Charles. Her boyfriend of 5 years. Javed couldn't take it. Vase next to him. He picked it up and slammed it on Charles's face. He then brutally attacked Vanessa, killed him. The mother tried to come and stop them, Rebecca, he killed her too. He had turned into a monster. He left there and he was in the bar when we caught him. He hadn't dropped his old key. I don't know how I would have found it, but I did. Because he was caught peddling drugs inside for his inmates. You know, they say, if you do something for long enough, you become it. Javed is a classic case of that.